I remember the first text like it was a punch to the gut. Can't wait to see you tonight, smirking face. It was from a number I didn't recognize. My wife had always been honest with me. At least, I thought she had been. I tried to shake it off. Maybe it was spam, a friend playing a prank. But a small voice in the back of my head whispered, something's wrong. The party was supposed to be fun, a casual gathering of friends, drinks, laughter. I got ready, trying to ignore the knot in my stomach. She walked in a few minutes later, radiant, smiling, chatting with everyone. But something was different. She kept checking her phone, laughing softly at messages I couldn't see. A pang of jealousy, or maybe fear, curling in my chest. At first, I questioned myself. Am I imagining this? I told myself she loved me, that I was overthinking. But then came the subtle signs. Her sudden excuses when I tried to hold her hand. Hushed phone calls she stepped away to take. Messages she hastily silenced when I approached. As the night wore on, my unease grew. I watched her from across the room as she leaned closer to a man I'd never met, his hand brushing hers as they laughed at something only they understood. My chest tightened. I wanted to confront her, but I couldn't. I didn't want to believe what my instincts were telling me. Then he arrived, the man from the text. He wasn't shy. Not at all. Within minutes, he was standing beside her, whispering into her ear, laughing with that kind of intimacy that made my stomach turn. I told myself to stay calm. Maybe it was innocent. Maybe it wasn't. But deep down, I knew the truth. And then he did it. Hey, everyone, he called, loud enough for the whole room to hear, a smirk playing on his lips. I can't believe I'm here with someone who actually lets me have her all to myself. My blood ran cold. Laughter erupted around us, some awkward, some shocked. I looked at her, my wife, hoping, praying, that she'd stop him, but she didn't. Her eyes flickered toward mine for a brief second, guilt and fear mingling in her gaze. And in that moment, I felt the betrayal in a way words could never describe. I wanted to yell, to cry, to disappear, but I stayed. I had to understand, had to see it with my own eyes. My memories of us, the late-night talks, the promises, the laughter, felt like they had been lies. Each flashback stung. Each shared secret now seemed hollow. After the party, I confronted her quietly, not in front of anyone, because the public humiliation had already cut deep enough. She didn't deny it. She confessed in fragments, awkwardly, trying to explain feelings I couldn't reconcile. I listened, even as my heart shattered with every word. She wasn't a villain. She wasn't monstrous. She was human, flawed, selfish, but deeply remorseful. I realized then that my rage and heartbreak didn't need to be displayed for the world. My strength was quiet, internal. I made a decision that night. I wouldn't allow their actions to dictate my sense of self. I needed distance, clarity, and the courage to rebuild. Leaving the house the next morning, the silence between us was heavy, but I felt a strange lightness. Pain was still there, burning raw, but it was mingled with understanding. I didn't need closure from her. I needed to reclaim my own life. Weeks later, I replay moments of that night in my head. The laughter, the whispers, the public humiliation. They sting. But they also remind me of what I deserve: honesty, respect, and self-worth. I've learned that betrayal doesn't define me. My response does. And that's the lesson I carry. Pain is inevitable, but dignity is ours to claim. The night she allowed someone else to humiliate me was the night I began to find my own strength. Even in heartbreak, there is power. Even in betrayal, there is clarity. And slowly, painfully, life begins again.